Yo guys, Features Gaming here, welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today another video of FebReacts episode 26 today. So we are getting super close to the end of February. 2 more days to go and 2 more FebReacts videos to come after this one until the finale basically, or the finale one will be the second one that I do after this one. So yeah, getting very close. So in this episode I'm going to be reacting to my a day out to York with college video, and the reason why I'm reacting to this is because A, entertainment, and B, there's something within the video that I think you guys would like. Now, the reason why I made this video is because with college, all of us in level 3 year 1, because this was the second year at college, because I did level 2 then up 3 year 1, when that year we got offered a trip to go to the York Film Festival, which is obviously a film festival in York where you can go around York and basically look at loads of cool films and stuff. So yeah, I think we should just jump straight into it, and I'll just talk a lot about it along the way. It's only 4 minutes or 5 minutes long, but yeah, we'll just go through it. So this might be a quick one.
Features Gaming here, and welcome back to another vlog. And today it is really early in the morning. It's about 6:30 because today I've got a college trip to York. Because with
again 6:30, I don't get up there now.
Going to the York Film Festival, so the coach leaves college at 7.
Yeah,
and that's a bit of a push for me because I normally wake up at around 7.
Yeah,
and to say that
it was
to
quite
get to
early.
College, get on the coach and leave at 7, that's just a bit of a push. But I think I've managed to do it by getting up at about 20 to 6 this morning. I mean, I would have been alright with 6, but yeah, it's definitely taken its toll because I'm super tired right now.
Fortunately, we do live quite close to the college I went to, so it wasn't too bad. It was only literally like a 5-minute drive or something, so yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
At the moment, it's about 6:30, and I'm ready to get to college. And yeah, so hopefully it should be a good day. It's going to be a really long day. I think we're going to be spending about 10 hours in York at most. So yeah,
I can't actually remember the time it was when we got back.
Be a brilliant day, and a day I will never forget.
So again, as I said in the last video, I'm mainly just you know, I'm mainly just cut this into a montage basically, and B as well. I was quite nervous about, you know, like filming, you know, like vlogging stuff. A in York and you know, like around my college mates, even though, you know, it's a media course, what, you know, we probably would have been expected to do this, but no one else did it. I took it upon myself to basically just, you know, like film, you know, some stuff I did on the day and put it into a thing. And I said actually at the time to my teachers that I was doing that, and they were just like, that's a really good idea. So yeah, my view from the coach. So yeah, I was just at the, you know, the very front because literally I basically wanted to get onto the coach first, then I can make sure that I had a very good seat. And when I get onto the when I get onto a coach, I either like to be at the very front or the very back. So I made sure that I got on the coach first so I could get a seat that I wanted. And I knew immediately when I got on I wanted to be at the front. So I basically got on first, and I basically, as I said, got onto the front. The other side of the driver's seat, you know, like I had the full view basically of, you know, the front just, you know, as a window, so I could, you know, perfectly see what we were doing. And, you know, like it was just fantastic to, you know, just sit on the coach for actually we did actually hit some problems along the way. I think we spent about 4 hours on the coach. So yeah, I remember just, you know, like sitting there, you know, just chilling, scrolling through, you know, my phone, you know, like Facebook and sort of something, watching YouTube on my iPad as well. Because obviously, as I said, I have my phone. I could connect my my hotspot to my iPad to watch YouTube, or at least I think that's what I did. Or I probably just watched YouTube on my phone. And yeah, it was just fantastic to, you know, just have a lot, you know, like just the view I had for the, you know, the entire 4 hours. I remember I had to go for a wee on the coach, and that was just setting off from college on the way to York, just along the A1 for pretty much Well, actually, it was on the A1 for probably about 40% of the journey because then it was blocked or due to flooding. So we had to take side roads to York, which added on probably an extra 2 hours to our journey. So yeah, as you can see, had all of this view to, you know, just look at. Traffic on A1 northbound shut due to flooding. Yeah, there's a bit of traffic going southbound as well. Outro song that we all know and love. Oh yeah, it was raining a bit. When in York, we went to the Theatre Royal. Cool. From there, we watched some short films. I remember at the Theatre Royal as well. Obviously in a normal theatre, you have, you know, like the stalls. Then you have the dress circle, then the upper circle. We were in the bit that was higher than the upper circle, so. When literally in the theatre, I was literally like that, watching the films. It was so weird. After that, I wanted to go see a comedy screening that was full upon arrival. Yeah, because with me, I don't really like going to the cinema. I usually go to autism-friendly screenings because that's something that they do at my local cinema. I like to do those, so... Basically, I wanted to try and avoid horror and basically, yeah, like mainly horror films because I really don't like them. I didn't really like action films either. You know, with the thing being really loud. So I thought a comedy one would be okay because, you know, like what's the worst that could happen in comedy really? It would just be, you know, like loads of people laughing, and I'll probably, you know, just be laughing my head off at some of the things anyway. And you know that'll probably just override the sound of the music or the movie, but yeah. So went to see if I could get that, but was full. So as we go through the thing, because there was nothing else to do, I went to have lunch. So yeah, it was about lunchtime. So yeah, there you go. Let's see what you think I got. I'll give you 5 seconds to comment in the comment section below what you think I had. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, basically it was McDonald's because McDonald's was open back in 2019. I think there were certain things that gave it away though. So after seeing what screens I could go to, which there wasn't anything that interested me, yeah, because as I said, I didn't really like to go to horror films or something. It would have just been too loud for me. I mean, I wanted to, you know, see, you know, something as much as I could. We had a look at, I think there was a few, with the itinerary, I think we looked at a few more comedy ones, but the names didn't really interest me. Really, so yeah. And I also remember if we were in a group of 5, I think it was, then the teacher would basically let us go you know, around and do what we wanted, but because obviously with my autism I had a one-to-one LSA, so basically I just went with them for pretty much the entire journey and no one basically came with us. So yeah, after seeing what screens I could go to, which there wasn't anything that interested me, let me just see what was in this, because I actually cannot remember what was in this myself. I went to the... yeah, so yeah. I went to the York train station and museum. This is what is probably going to interest you. But what I did before that, actually, is I actually just went shopping. I know it sounds weird. I think, firstly, we went into... Disney store, and then just to look around mainly. I didn't purchase anything, so Lauren's probably going to burst in my room anytime soon. And then I went to M&S for some reason, and then I was basically texting my sister saying it's like a joke, should I go to Primark? No, it didn't happen. And I think basically the last thing we went into was what was it? Hold on, Disney Store, Smiggle. I think that's what it's called, Smiggle. And then after that we went to the York trains. We went to the train station museum, as I said. Yeah, thankfully it was quite close. So yeah, this was the museum. And basically what I did is I just took some photos of, you know, all of the trains I could find. So, you know, some very old steam trains and stuff. So, yeah, old machinery that we had, all the old coaches as well. The sleeping kind of coaches things. Kind of modern ones. And that was... I think that was the Queen's carriage or something like that. And there was that as well. Another weird carriage. Class 170 arriving in York. Oh yeah, I did a bit of train spotting as well while I was there. Why not? Class 37 arriving in York. Yeah, got a freight train. It was just a freight train though. It didn't have any wagons on it. Nice 802, I think that is. And then yeah. Few other trains. And then we saw an interview with Dick Pope, yeah, a videographer, or cinematographer. A cinematographer telling us about his experience in the media world. It was quite informative, liked it. I mean, it was quite informative because obviously, you know, that I do media. It was quite, you know, informative and, you know, like knowing someone's experience that they've had in the media world. It was quite informative and, you know, actually made me learn quite a bit, you know, about like what it's like to, you know, work in the media world. And yeah, I did enjoy it. I think I left about 5 minutes prior to the end so I could, you know, go to the loo before we left. So yeah, after a fun day in New York, it was time to head home. Yeah, so quite late. And I think what I did is I saved them because in my bag, obviously I had my lunch in there, or no, actually I had a, well, yeah, I did actually, because obviously this was a later night. So yeah, I had my tea in there actually, and I had quite a few like had a few you know, like treats and sweets in there. And what I did is I saved most of the sweets to when we were going home, so I could just eat them all, you know, or eat them on the coach. It was the same coach as well, so that was cool. And I got the exact same seat as well, which was perfect. Because as you can see, I mean, just going down the A1 in a coach, it just looks amazing, you know, like with all of the lights on, you know, on all of the cars, and, you know, just seeing them come down, you know, a hill or something. It was quite pretty to see. So yeah, I think this was at like 7 or 8 at night, I think, actually thinking about it. Oh yeah, and the interview with Dick Pope was at the Theatre Royal as well. And we actually sat in the dress circle for that one. Yeah, about 80% of this video is a montage. That was the moon as well. I tried to capture it as much as I could, but then, you know, the bezel of the, you know, bus got in the way. And that was effectively the end of the video there. I just tried to end it out in time to the music. Yeah, let's just get through this ad. Don't need you. So, yeah, there you go. That was the day of when I was out in York. As I said, I think it was it's probably a boring video, but I thought I'd react to it because obviously there's trains in there, which is, you know, the majority of, you know, what my channel is nowadays. So, yeah, if you did like those photos that I took of some old trains and modern trains that were actually operating on the line when I went to York that day, then leave a like on this video. That'd be awesome, and thank you very much. Also, make sure to subscribe as well if you haven't already, as we're trying to get to 5,000 subs before the 14th of March. But can it be done? It's down to you. As I said, or I don't actually think I've ever said this, but I do pre-record a few videos. So if we have got to 5,000 somehow when this video is going out, then thank you so much for getting me to that milestone. But I don't think we will have hit 5,000 by then. But yeah, if you are new, do consider subscribing, as we will be doing a Roblox giveaway when we do hit 5,000 as well. But apart from that, I'm going to go now. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Until then, take care and peace out.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.